The best way to get better at programming is to practice. In our previous example, we looked at multiple if statements. In this example, we're going to look at nested if statements. As always, this file is available for download from the link provided below. We'll give you a second so you can download it, and then we'll get started. All right, so let's get going. So in this environment, what we're going to do is check to see two things. Number one, do they have a car that they can use for collateral to get a loan to buy that car? And number two, are they making at least $500 a week? If we scroll down, you'll notice that we have the salary and the chosen car. It's a character for choosing a yes/no type of answer. And we're going to work with that. So now that we have this set up, let's go ahead and start to write our if statements. We're going to start off with if salary is greater than or equal to 500. So this is where we're looking for that weekly salary. If they don't make more than $500, it does not matter. And so we can automatically exit out of this if statement. Just because they make $500 a week does not mean that they're able to qualify for a loan for this car. As they also have to choose a car in order for them to be able to get it. So now inside of our if statement, if they're making $500, we're going to have another if statement to see if they've chosen a car. So we'll say if chosen car equals Y. Now notice that I'm using single quotes around the Y. That's because it is a character, not a string. And then we're going to have a block for that. Now with this, we're going to be able to see out our output. That's going to be your loan is approved. Of course, if they have not chosen a car, but they have more than $500, we're still inside that if block. So I can put an else. This else goes with that inner if. The chosen car equals yes. So what happens if they had selected no, or any other character for that matter? We're going to say your loan is denied. And we have the option where we can specify something specific about this else clause. So we might say, you must choose a car to purchase. This lets them know why it failed. So now we're on our outer if statement. Now you notice in Visual Studio Code, they're helping us line up our braces. This helps us see what goes with that if statement. If you put your cursor so it's in front of that closing brace, you'll notice it highlights and you can say, oh, this goes with my outer if statement. So I'm going to write an else, new braces for a new block. Your loan is denied. You must make $500 a week or more. So here we have an if statement within an if statement. There's else's for both of those. Could I put an if inside of that else? You bet. In our previous example, we had an else if, which is kind of like putting an if inside of an else block. And that's technically actually what's happening. In this case, though, we're putting ifs inside of if blocks to allow us a little bit more complexity. Let's go ahead and run this. What is your weekly salary? Let's say $750. Have I chose a car yet? Y for yes. My loan is approved. If I go and run again, weekly salary, let's say $375. Did I choose a car yet? Yes. My loan is denied. I have to make $500 a week or more. Okay, so you can kind of see how this is working. Now, could I improve this further? Yes. So for example, my cout where I ask for did they choose a car yet and then get the value, I might put that inside of my if block because if they don't make the appropriate salary, who cares if they've chosen a car or not? So there's a lot of little things like that we can do just to tweak a little bit. In fact, we're going to see something in one of our future videos about using multiple conditions inside of one if statement. So be looking for that. And if you want to continue to get better at programming in C and C++, please watch the rest of this series and consider subscribing to the channel.